So, as we after we bolt these things together, we're gonna put the chain on there.
You got a rag?
Yeah. What's up?
Okay, so we can pull the drive shaft out and stuff that in the hole.
Yeah. So when we did it, we undid the back of the drive shaft so that these cars have a drive shaft that'll just slip out of the.
You gotta put the chain on there.
Transmission. Oh, see, we can. If this is big enough, might just go over.
Edit.
Yeah, right. Edit. I say it really loud in the video, so I know.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, hey, I gotta edit this out so I don't look like a dumbass.
You obviously didn't watch it thoroughly enough to know when he was.
Gotta edit this
No, you
out.
shut the fuck up, Peyton.
So you actually say it so.
Edit. Yeah. So I'm like, oh shit, I gotta cut this out. All right.
Edit.
I imagine he was like half asleep watching his own video. Edit.
The Kia inspector, and I don't know if y'all have ever been down Camp Bowie. If you're in Fort Worth, they get you in and out pretty fast. I recommend them, especially if you have an OBD2. OBD1, you should have a look if you're not up to code on with your emissions as far as your cat and stuff goes, because they do a snuff test. So I'm gonna go clean out the intake. I'm gonna go spray it out, scrub it, get all the metal shavings out so that I can bolt it onto my engine without it ruining anything. And then we're gonna rip the engine out of the Trans Am and throw it on the jack stand. So I might have some goodies for sale pretty soon. As y'all saw, I also have some other stuff like valve covers, and a few other small things. So, all right, I'll see you back in a second. We are at the car wash, and I'm washing out my intake. As you see, there are 3 pieces to this intake. So if you blew up your engine and you're rebuilding it and you're going to reinstall it, just make sure to know if it's an Lt1 that there are multiple parts where metal shavings could be hiding because of where the oil goes. This was custom made, so you won't necessarily have this, but this is actually on the bottom down there. So just keep that in mind, and when you wash it all out afterwards, I like to dry it up and then spray it with some WD-40 to get that get some rust protection back on there. You're fine if you wash anything out inside your engine that's made out of metal. It won't automatically rust as long as you dry it up and then spray some WD-40 coating on it, which is what I brought as well. So yeah, this should be fun. So I just want to, I forgot to tell you before we washed it, before you wash your intake, if you ever have the reason to need to, make sure you take out all your sensors. This guy took out all the sensors for me, so just make sure, because it will ruin them if you spray them with water and blow it off later and expect it to run correctly. So just something to keep in mind. Alright, so we're just going to be removing these lifters. I got a couple of ones stuck in the back. This is the original engine that was in that came in the car. Not the original one that belonged to the car because it was swapped before, but we don't need this one anymore. So if anybody's looking for a block, trying to get rid of it, we're just going to be putting these in the lifters in these bags. The lifters are still pretty good. They just need to be cleaned up a little bit, but Lt1 lifters are the factory Lt1 lifters are used on a lot of performance applications. So I know people with 396 solid rollers that are still using the factory lifters. So these are perfect operating condition. It's got a couple of them stuck in the very back there. Alright, got that one. Got a buddy coming over. Hopefully I'll make it before we have no more sun left. I'm gonna have to stay in there and be pushed through when we get the cam out and the cam retainer and etc. So lifters, we got the spider out, bolts for that, and manifolds are already out. Probably will be using these retainers that they have on here for the spark plugs. Pretty good things to have. Probably will be using my dipstick as well. A little welded piece on there. Nothing special about this one. It was just a factory Lt1. But I did hurt a lot of import feelings with it, so good water pump gear. Brand new timing sprocket, just needs to be pulled off. Alright, so we're gonna see how this goes when we get trying to pull this out. We currently need to unbolt it from the transmission, but I think we're going to use unbolt it from the bell housing and then pick it up and out of the top. I got a chain around here somewhere. So alright, so guys, I am getting the hood ready to take off so that it's not in the way when we're yanking the engine. There's this little clip that holds on to your hood supports, so just keep in mind that you need this clip in order for this to stay on and so it can function properly, and so it doesn't just fall off on you like that. And see, now it's too much for one. So what I do is I'll take the clip off and then put it somewhere where you're not going to forget where it is. Probably not on the hood, but anyway. And then remove the other clip on the other side so that you can take your hood off after you remove it from the actual supports on the bottom instead of just the shocks that hold it up. Like I said, be sure that you don't break these because you need these to and I'm not saying you have to be gentle with it because it's just a piece, it's just a metal clip, but as you see right there, you can hopefully. I like to get it up and then pry it out. like that. There's one in the back, and we can just use a couple of the water pump, old water pump bolts, and put the. All right, so we unbolted the back of the drive shaft, so we're gonna lift the engine and the trans out as one. Oh yeah, it's in the back. Like see, usually I would have done it where the bell housing was, but I have one of those bolts are loose.
Bolt? Head bolt?
Yeah. Sure you put the bolt through the chain. Get it on there pretty good. If you want to, you can do it a couple times.
Harley, chill out.
You know, engines are pretty heavy.
Oh. You got it.
Like that.
You actually got it. Ew.
And make sure you thread it in there as much as you can. So we got the German Shepherd here.
She's gross. When was that, a mile?
Probably.
This is our mascot for team R&R. R&R. So I still got that little throw in you said.
To get snugged up.
Yeah.
Not to fall out.
Alright, so the other front. Got the head bolt. Alright, we're gonna use a head bolt. What's up?
How much chain you want?
However much you think we'll need. Yeah, hold it. Let's mix it. Get back there.
Where's that? I said, you know, you gotta be able to see what you're doing.
Alright, so see, we're using a head bolt. You don't have to. Just pick somewhere that's not gonna strip while you try to pick up this heavy ass fucking.
You got a 15?
I believe that's a 15.
Oh, well, it's American size, whatever that is.
Alright, so we're just gonna drain the oil pan.
Oh, my bad.
On the side of a T56, there should be a 3/8 inch square. Y'all can see that.
Oh, what the hell?
You want a breaker bar? I mean, it is in there. So.
Yeah, it is in there.
You want a breaker bar?
Sure.
Might need a breaker bar. If your name is Richard. I'm just playing. There you go.
The fuck, you gave me a...
Oh, it's a half? What? Oh shit. I don't even know if I have a breaker bar then. Alright, so we decided to cut the boot instead, just a little bit so we can slip it out of there. Just a little bit so you don't rip the entire thing. He zip tied it so it won't drip. You don't have to have the drip pen there. But if you want to leave one there, that's fine, so you don't ruin your driveway. Realistically, if you had a lift, that'd probably be easier to use than this. But you know, we're not there yet, so.
Alright.
Alright, so we got the engine coming out. If you're pulling one from an F-body like we are, probably be best if you take the bumper off. So what about the what do you think now?
Go ahead, keep going.
Do you think that's a good pivoting point?
Yeah, keep going. Stop shaking it.
Alright guys, so there's transmission fluid going everywhere, so.
Transmission and coolant.
And coolant fluid.
You didn't drain the block, did you?
Oh yeah, there's no coolant going anywhere. And I drained the oil pan, so.
No, I mean the block. You didn't drain the block from coolant?
No. And that's how you pick the tranny engine out.
Alright, all the way.
All right, so we just finished up with everything. Just gotta clean up for the day anyway. And we finished up with everything. Engine's out, trans is out, clutch is out, bell housing. Need a few more new parts than originally thought, but I just thought I'm gonna get the whole spec kit. Hopefully a stage 2 with a steel flywheel, and so might be a little bit longer now, guys, but the engine might go in a little sooner, so stay tuned. Everything's cleaned up for now. More kitty litter, got everything everywhere, so see you later.